guys, Peter Obi is now a target because he is in the opposition. See what somebody wrote, that they are already targeting Peter Obi and that this time they are not going to miss it. See what he wrote on the Twitter space. He said, I want Obi, we want Obi against his entrance into Edo State, but he mistook our resolve to his obedient online noise. Thank his star, he survived this one. I learned he's going to River State, now wahala. Now my men go handle that one, and them know they miss target. Speak no peace to the bastard and wish him no long life, for he's destined to die one. He's destined to die one, meaning he's destined to die once, guys. This person say his men go handle Peter Obi in Rivers and they know they missed target. That Peter Obi was lucky to have survived the attack in Edo State, guys. Anyway, without too much talk, I'm going to allow you to take a look at how Ojope and Rufai, Arise TV crew, they've all deliberated on the attack that Peter Obi experienced in Edo State and, you know, other headlines here. Just take your time, watch this video, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But before then, Rufai reacted to this post that this guy made. This is what Rufai said. If this person isn't interrogated, then it is sad. Who is going to interrogate him? Is it the police? Who is going to interrogate this guy when they've turned politics into something else in Nigeria? Being in the opposition is the worst crime now you can commit in Nigeria. Now take your time, watch this video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for more. Now take a look.
So they were shooting, they destroyed vehicles, they destroyed this woman's vehicle. Look how they scattered everywhere. This is the woman who sent up to the secretariat. Look at that things that were destroyed. Yes. Is this the kind of state for the Pueblo wants to present over? Look at this water destruction. They said the woman was shot on the neck. The woman has been rushed to the hospital. They shot the woman on the neck. Many people were beaten and were injured. Look at our DJ, the DJ who covered the event. You can see all his vehicles have been destroyed. They stole the laptop of the DJ. They scattered his phone and his laptop was stolen. And look at how they were scattered everywhere. See, destroyed bottles. They came with guns. They say all of them were having pop on their house and were shooting sporadically in this venue. This is Edo State, and the power of opposition cannot be subdued. Everybody who wants to join the APATC must be allowed to join. So we have the right to gather, we have the right to participate. Any form of intimidation and oppression that they are using in this state to oppress us will not be allowed to accepted. This is totally unacceptable.
This is absolutely ridiculous, Aya. Ridiculous. Well, Dr. Yunusa Tanko, National Coordinator of the Obedient Movement Worldwide, who was on this program earlier, revealed that armed thugs trailed their convoy from the ADC Secretariat to Chief Odige Oyegun's residence on Tuesday, opening fire on their compound. Tanko went on to state that the attackers shot at the gate and destroyed several vehicles in what appeared to be a survived assassination attempt on their lives. He characterized the incident as a direct assault on Nigeria's democratic process and called on security agencies to act swiftly to protect political actors and prevent further escalation of violence. Meanwhile, former governorship flag bearer of the Labour Party in Edo State, Olumide Akpata, and his running mate successfully joined the African Democratic Congress on Tuesday. Well, let's listen to what Peter Obi had to say.
Let me assure all of us here, we are committed to a new Nigeria. They might do everything possible to stop us, but I assure you our commitment is total. We must build a country that will work for everybody. It is not working for everybody today. We must build a country where a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody.
Well, I mean, it's good that, you know, that they went on to go ahead with their meeting that was scheduled. But, you know, despite multiple vehicles destroyed and a gate riddled with bullets, no arrests have been made. The Edo State Police Command confirmed the incident, saying a political gathering was disrupted by suspected hoodlums. But critics are asking, how were armed gunmen able to trail political leaders through Benin City unchallenged? Where were the security escorts? And most importantly, who ordered this attack? Who ordered this attack?
Yeah, that's a big question. You know, I think what I can't remember, I would say last week that it was said that, oh, where's the opposition? We can't hear the voices or see the opposition, I think following the Abuja elections. And I mentioned that under this administration, it is a very hostile environment for the opposition. And that and to what extent that speaks about the quality or how advanced our democracy is. What happened in Edo State should never happen in terms of a party, political party, the ADC, going there for, to receive a new member of their party, something that the APC has enjoyed across different states in the country without any form of violence. And so they went there for Mr. Olumide Akpata and Mr. Peter Obi, alongside some chieftains of the party, members of the party, went there to receive him and make a few visits. And this is what, they met. I think what is even more terrible, embarrassing, is the statement by the Edo State government, because the responsibility of the governor is to protect the lives and property of residents and visitors alike, irrespective of party affiliation or where they stand or who they stand. As long as he's Nigerian or the people there are Nigerian, they deserve to be protected. Yes, aside the fact that he had given an advisory before around if politically exposed people are coming to the state, they should notify. It's an indictment on the state of insecurity in Edo State. It's the same Edo State that a museum was attacked by hoodlums. So are they saying that the governor is unable to contain the reign of terror of hoodlums in the state? And then I want to also speak to the narrative around, there were skirmishes within the ADC already. So maybe that's an excuse that should not even come up in this particular matter. The truth is that high-profile Nigerians were attacked. Then you can imagine what happens to the ordinary people who are living in Edo State. Politics and politicking should be allowed in a democratic structure so that whoever or wherever or whichever party you belong to, you are guaranteed of the basic right to security and to ensure that you can exercise your rights as a Nigerian citizen freely. This shouldn't have happened. An investigation ought to be done, and the Edo State government should stop denying and saying, I'm pointing fingers. Do the right thing by the people that you serve.
Absolutely. Well, before the incident, Rufai, Peter Obi had, visited St. Philomena Catholic College of Nursing in Benin City, where he donated 15 million naira to the development of the school's facilities. Peter Obi was seen touring the premises alongside students who chanted Obi's slogan that a new Nigeria is possible. Let's take a look. Nice to see that he had a successful visit there. Peter Obi had, made a similar visit to this same school last July, where he donated 15 million naira. At the time, Governor Okpebholo publicly warned Obi not to come back to the state unless he had obtained security clearance to do so. The governor had said the decision was due to an uptick in violence and the killing of 3 people in the aftermath of Obi's visit. Rufai.
Oji. There's a saying, the witch cried yesterday, the child died today. Link the death of the child and the witch. Nobody, Okpebholo himself, said that he cannot guarantee security if they don't tell him. Have you know so? And a security crisis happened. And that's why when I was interviewing Dr. Tanko Yunusa, I deliberately played the devil's advocate and to ensure that all the points were nullified. We would like to warn Okpebholo. We would like to warn the governor of Edo State. Please, on no account must this happen again. If it happens again, then it shows that you have failed in your responsibility. Other people came to Edo State now. Wasn't there a program recently in Edo State?
Yes, there was. So
why did the hoodlums have the nerve to go and shoot around there?
But I was listening to Kasim of Afegbu this morning, and he said that, the house, your Yegu house, was close to the government house, which is quite an indictment.
So why didn't the hoodlums go to Okpebholo's event?
Yeah.
While Kasim was making his argument, I was just laughing. And that's why I was asking all the things Kasim said from All I just needed as a confirmation, because the APC, at first it was Jarrett Tenebe that tried to say it was a fight between Owi and Oyego. That's why I asked, was Owi there? Because the line they keep on pushing that they were pushing Owi out and all of that. So since he had debunked that, we just want to beg and warn Okpebolo at the same time. You said it all, and we are seeing the signs. Nothing must happen to Obi. Obi is a Nigerian just like you. And this excessive, I want to deliver 2 million votes for president. Be careful. We have seen opposition come together. Because we are opposition with somebody today does not mean you can't still work together with the person tomorrow.
That's it.
Be careful. We want to beg and warn you. Obi has been going to every state. Hoodlum didn't come. Dele Momodu went to that same Edo state too. Hoodlum didn't come.
Oh, well, all right.
Dear.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very briefly.
Yes.
I think it would be defamatory, simplicity, to sit at this table and say this is the person that is responsible. What we can do safely is to stay with principles. Whether it is the party internal democracy crisis that led to the conflict in those states, or it is some other party external that caused the problem. The principle is that Nigerians do not want violence. Nigerians do not want thuggery. We want the right of the people to choose to be respected without molestation, without harassment. And every politician, whether it is Peter Obio or the woman selling coconut by the roadside who attended an ADC event or whatever party's event, all of them should be safe. That is what we ask for.
Yes.
And this particular incident must be investigated.
Absolutely.
Now, if we say Okpebolo says something, how about the Edo Police Command? Where was the DSS in the state? Where are the other security agencies who we always say should have prior intelligence if something is going to happen, and if something happens accidentally, they should intervene.
Right.
So we do not want the failure of security, whether in Edo State or in your state, Delta State, or no, I won't mention. I don't want to mention Ogun State. Or in any other state of the federation.
All right.
I think it's the principle we should stand by.
This is it,
because security will be a major issue in any election cycle.
Yes, I'm glad that there was no fatality. I mean, we saw bullet shells on the floor, windscreens broken. I mean, it's good that, everyone is safe. But like, we have highlighted on this table, every Nigerian deserves protection. I mean, that was in broad daylight. Unacceptable.
Listening to people.
No, I think that those are two
based on
different
that,
things.
No, I'm trying to tell you that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you would not blame Okpebolo having made the threat.
No, Okpebolo did not say that. No, hold on. Yes. Okpebolo did not say that if you come into my state and you don't tell me, I'm going to attack you.
He said,
that's not what he said.
I cannot guarantee your security.
Yeah, El Rufai said on this program that we have our ways of listening to the government, and we were listening to the government.
Yes.
We essentially, broadly speaking, tapped the National Security Advisor's phone. That's a completely different thing.
What he made is an allegation in law, because you have dragged me into it. Even if you come to law court and plead guilty, you are still expected to prove the ingredients of the offense.
Indeed.
Before the courts can convict you. So that somebody came on TV and said, I did whoo to an elephant. An elephant died.
Well, let's get back to the crux of the matter, because these are very important things. Let me ask you this. So your sense is that this was targeted? And not just a security breach or isolated violence?
No. It's a premeditated attack.
Right.
Channeled towards intimidating the opponent.
Were there any casualties?
No.
Anybody hurt?
Amongst our leaders.
Right.
We cannot say that they killed anybody.
Yeah, but was anybody hurt?
But other people were injured.
Right.
We are yet to know about the casualty figures because it happened today. But one thing is very, very telling. 3 governors were in that venue. 3 former governors. because I'm talking directly to Mondo Kobelo. Because one day you'll be an ex-governor, and may it be rewarded to you that in your state you will be targeted. John Oyegu, former governor of Edo State. Professor Sumbo, former governor of Edo State. Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State. 3 governors. And the federal government with the state government could not provide enough security for their safety. Section 94 of the Electoral Act 2022 that has been repealed. And of course, the same provision has been provided for in the 1996, said that the security agencies must make equal provision for security for both the opposition and the ruling party, and that they will never stop any event that the opposition is to handle. They must provide that even if there is a clash in venue, security agencies must sort it out so that they will all carry out their activities.
So did they have security of their own?
If they had security,
was there security with them?
You know, this government, in order to ensure the intimidation of the opponents, they withdrew purportedly the security.
You mean there was security and then the security was withdrawn?
Yes.
Or you're speculating about it?
Right. You know, that time the government said they are withdrawing policemen from everybody. Yes. They withdrew the security of John Oyegu and all the other people. And that made them
usually when
vulnerable.
you have an event, I mean, you inform the police and the police would send security.
That is what I'm telling you. If the security was there, they wouldn't be attacked.
Right.
So
there was no security, basically.
Basically. And then, that's why I said it's genocide. It's bad.
And what happened after the alleged attack?
Now,
did they go to the police and report the incident?
No, they reported the incident. Right. Oyegu told me that the commissioner of police was magnanimous enough to visit him, but what we do not know is what happens after then, because most of those things had happened and it died down and swept under the carpet. Let me tell you, this is a manifestation of failure of leadership. Leadership is the ability to influence people through inspiration, not manipulation or intimidation. This government hasn't failed in all indices of governance. They are now employing intimidation and manipulation. You can see what happened today. That's pure intimidation. Now, manipulation, you can see what is happening in the purported amendment of our laws to create rooms for them to rig election. That's manipulation. And you know the funny thing? They always exhibit the work of unintelligent people. You can see the amendment they did purportedly to the Electoral Act. You can see the proviso, and the proviso is as worthless as the paper that it is written on. You can see a proviso. You know what they said? They said if there is communication failure, if there is no network, the presiding officer cannot transmit, then you will use the manual result to collate. Worthless. You know why? The BVAS functions like your phone. If you snap me now, my image falls automatically to your gallery. And when you upload, you can upload me and my image onto any person or to any platform without network. You don't need it. So network comes only when you download, when you decode. Unintelligent people.
Right, but let me just
come
back
there is nothing like the proviso in the eyes of the law.
Right, let me come back to this issue of alleged attack in Benin, because I mean that's a very critical question. You said the police and other security agencies were not there at the time of this incident, and that you have formally filed a report.
Yes. Now, what I will not tell you now, to my knowledge, was whether there was any policeman that was there or not.
Right.
But what I would tell you was that whether there was policeman or not, is either they were not enough or there were none. But I can't say authoritatively. What I know is that they were attacked in the venue that they held the meeting, because they had to leave there when they saw that there was an advancement of politically motivated thugs to destroy their lives.
Yeah.
And then they ran to Chief Oyegu's house and they chased them there. And because of the fortification of the gates, they were now trying to blast the gates to know whether they can enter. They destroyed all the cars. But fortunately for the people inside, they couldn't get entrance. Maybe all our leaders would have been dead by now.
But I'm wondering, because you keep making reference,
yes,
and obviously I can't dispute what you're saying, but I can neither support it either because I don't have the evidence. I know, but what I'm saying is, I mean, you keep making reference to the ruling party and the government. And what I'm wondering is what it is about that your gathering in Benin City that was such a threat to them that they would send, because it's not like it happens every day, like all the gatherings of opposition people. Why would they send armed people to shoot at them? Because of, and you see what I mean?
I understand perfectly what you mean.
What is it that posed such a threat to them that they would want to assassinate people there? I don't understand the logic.
Now, first and foremost, I had told people that even if Tinubu runs unopposed in 2027, he will fail. Because the Constitution...
Yeah, just because you said it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
No.
You said you were going to win in the FCT. You didn't win.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying members of your party.
Before now, I said that the candidature of the members of ADC in FCT was suspect. And that Nigerians should not judge us by FCT election. I said it before. Because...
Well,
David Mark
members of your party said other things.
David Mark
contrary to what you said.
I will own up to what I said. David Mark led NWC did not provide these candidates for FCT. So they were there before we came in. And I told Nigerians that FCT election should not be the basis to judge us. And you know what? You know what election meant? What it meant is that people said instead of voting for APC, they won't go to vote. 15%. 15%.
Well, that's how you interpret it.
But that is what it is.
Yeah, but the point is that, you see, I'm not a spokesman. So the next thing people are going to say, oh, well, he's talking.
I'm trying to tell you the threats. The reason,
what I'm saying is
the reason in a
the percentage of people who came out to vote in the FCT voted from official figures, voted in favor of the APC.
Now,
So they could have voted in favor of the ADC, irrespective of how few their numbers were.
Good. I don't want to go into the details of the sham election. You and I knew or know that Mwike obstructed people from coming out. He declared restriction of movement. That was to ADC members. It cannot be to APC members because they've already had a meeting and told them that they will not be restricted. But he officially, from 8 p.m.
Yeah, how do they know who's going to vote for the ADC?
I mean, no, they are government
in terms
in
of
power.
Campaigners.
They are government in power. So government in power have the minimum persons who are benefiting from them that will vote for them. We are not government in power. So any restriction of movement is going to affect our voters.
Okay.
But that's by the way. Why I'm telling you that Tinubu will lose, even if he comes unopposed. That is the reason they want to destroy the opposition party, because of the threat that they will lose 2027 election. All this hula baloo about people defecting, governors defecting, and all those things. 2027 election is going to be the people of Nigeria against APC.
Let me just return.
So because they know they will lose, that's why their attention is to wipe out the opposition leaders.
Well, let me just return to that incident in Benin City, because again, in many respects, it is an isolated incident.
No, it's not.
It's not a common incident that everywhere the opposition is meeting, gunmen come and open fire.
No, it is.
So the reason...
It is. In Lagos State, the ADC leader in Lagos State, who was the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate, when he wanted to have a meeting, he was disrupted by thugs. They wounded and nearly killed people in Lagos State.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this.
And Mondo Kobele, you may not have heard, he has accused ADC that they are the ones sponsoring cultism and that he is going to demolish their houses. So a pattern has emerged.
Right. Okay. Well, let me say this, because in the statement that we received from some members of the ADC who sort of issued it, they said that democracy is in danger.
Absolutely.
Which obviously is a grave claim.
Yes.
why should Nigerians see this as a systemic threat? Because that's what that means.
That's what it is.
Rather than political rhetoric amplified in a tense pre-election atmosphere.
Now,
which you often get in Nigeria before elections.
Good. I told you there is a premeditated plan to destroy opposition leaders. Since their plan to destroy the opposition political parties has failed, and you were telling me that it's an isolated event. In Kaduna State,
no, I'm asking you whether it's an isolated.
No, it is not.
Right.
In Kaduna State, it happened. You saw how they blasted the events where ADC wanted to have their meeting. Now, I've given you instances in all the 6 geopolitical zones. It's happening.
Okay, but let me ask you this then, because we're running out of time.
Good.
I mean, you make the point, and you make your point fairly robustly there. This incident happened around what I might call a high-profile defection, because I mean, Olubide Abacha was defecting to the ADC, or formally joining the ADC.
Better.
Could internal political rivalries or local tensions have played a role? I mean, without it necessarily being some officially sanctioned sort of APC affair.
Then what will the rivalry be for?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm merely asking you.
That's why we are not doing our primaries. We are not doing our elections. There's no rivalry. Somebody is joining a political party, and the whole different persuasions in ADC, we are all there. So you see Obi was there, Osumbo there, Akpata was there, Oyegu, former national chairman of APC, because APC is a party that doesn't have conscience.
Yeah, but those are all people from the ADC.
That's what I'm saying.
Who were there.
You said whether it is any rivalry. And
no, it could be rivalries. Yes. I mean, I'm purely speculating.
No, I know.
Well, what I'm saying is that it could be rivalries that Abacha himself has with other people. I mean, I don't know.
And I'm saying it cannot...
Having come from another party to a different
It cannot be, because he has not told you he's going to contest for any election. He has not told you... He has just come in to join a political party.
So your conviction is that it is a broader national plot from the APC?
From the presidency to the governor of Edo State. Because why? The governor is the chief security officer of Edo State. The president is the chief security of Nigeria. 10 vehicles without split numbers moving in one direction. They were not arrested. They were not stopped. They were not interrogated. They finished everything and they left. You know what Abacha will tell you? Abacha will tell you that's state-sponsored terrorism.
But shouldn't you give the government the chance to make a statement about this, to respond? I mean, you're alleging things about them without giving them a chance. You haven't asked them to say, well, this is what happened, what's your response to it? We don't know what the police commissioner discussed with John Odigye Oyegun when he came to see him. Is it not unfair, and you're a lawyer, for you to just be making allegations without actually substantiating it with evidentiary fact?
The origin of criminal proceeding is in complaints. So we are complaining.
No, you're
about
complaining
what is
that
happening.
You were attacked.
That's what I'm saying.
But you're alleging.
That is allegation.
You're making allegations.
Complaint is part of the allegation.
Yeah, well,
it is not our duty to prosecute or to prove.
Well, what are
our duty is to tell the world what is happening.
So
I have the right to allege.
No. But what are you demanding tonight?
What we are demanding is that there should be an immediate, comprehensive, independent and impartial investigation to what happened, and the culprits should be arrested, prosecuted. This is an attempted assassination, and we believe that it was premeditated, and we believe that the government is responsible for it. They can prove us otherwise, because they have the monopoly of force, monopoly of power, and they have the monopoly of the prosecutorial powers.
But in Nigeria, we know that there are a lot of, non-state actors who are armed across this country.
Yes.
I mean, including, arguably, politicians on all sides of the political divide in this country. I mean, isn't that true? Because a lot of politicians in the ADC have come from ruling parties where they themselves once controlled power. They've been former governors, they've been former, ministers, and in very powerful positions.
Good. Haven't you heard that why we believe that the security situation is festering in Nigeria is because there's complicity in the security apparatus of Nigeria? I'm not the one who said it. The government said it. Goodluck Jonathan said it. He said, I have Boko Haram even in my cabinet. So if there is no complicity with the government, no security problem will last more than 24 hours.
Yeah, but that suggests that people who are and who were in government are equally complicit. And that would include members of the ADC.
No. It is your duty as a government in power to single out whoever is involved and dish out the commensurate wrath of law against the person. And if you don't, you have just exposed your incompetence and complicity with what is happening. That is why you are in power.
Okay.
They are not in power. And that is why you should investigate whoever that is offending the law. And when you
rebuttal of a report from AFP alleging that the Nigerian government paid 2 billion naira to Boko Haram terrorists to release 230 students and staff of St. Mary's Catholic School in Niger State. In a Tuesday statement, the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, called the claims false, emphasizing instead that the victims' safe rescue was due to professional intelligence and operational precision. And I'll read Mohammed Idris's tweet. He wrote, "The allegations constitute a disservice to the professionalism and integrity of Nigeria's security forces and the sacrifices they make daily. While we respect the freedom of the press, we firmly reject a narrative built on shadowy, unnamed sources seeking to undermine the credibility of a sovereign government acting within its laws. For the avoidance of doubt, no ransom was paid and no militant commanders were freed." Well, Nigerians reacting to the federal government's response are asking, if no ransom was paid and no militant commanders were freed, how exactly were 230 kidnapped students and staff released unharmed? The federal government says it was professional intelligence and operational precision. But with no arrests made, no suspects paraded, and no further details provided, that explanation is raising more questions than answers. And reacting to the federal government's denial, ex-user Jaber Esim posted a resurfaced clip of former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai's interview, where he made explosive allegations against the federal government, accusing it of empowering bandits and paying ransoms, including an alleged 1 billion naira payment with the caption, "They owe you an apology, sir." Let's take a look.
This government has been around for 2 years. 3 schools have been attacked. And they paid the bandits. They paid them 1 billion naira the first time the school was attacked and students abducted. They are paying bandits. They are apologizing to them. They are
finding this information about 1 billion naira being paid.
Look, let the governor or anyone come and deny. We have the evidence. When the time comes, we'll reveal everything. They are paying bandits. They are empowering bandits. This is what this government is doing.
And you think that will not work?
It will not work. It has never worked anywhere in the world.
Well, that was an explosive interview. Well, in the same vein, the detention of former Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai is generating reactions from a cross-section of Nigerians. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has issued a stern warning to the federal government, declaring that it will be held accountable if anything happens to the former governor while in custody. This is coming as El-Rufai's media advisor raised concerns over his well-being, alleging that he suffered a nosebleed while being held in official custody, and that his lawyers and family were denied direct access to him, adding that one of his wives was prevented from delivering his meal personally, and that the governor was transferred from EFCC custody to the ICPC on the night of February 18th without being told where he was being moved to or why. Atiku is now demanding in a post on X that the federal government state clearly which agency is holding the former governor, whether the EFCC, ICPC, DSS, or any other security arm, describing the secrecy surrounding his detention as unacceptable in a democracy. Meanwhile, activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has also weighed in on El-Rufai's detention, dismissing reports of the former governor's nosebleed in custody as nothing more than a bid for public sympathy, and suggesting that he is simply looking to reach out to credible opposition figures like himself to drum up support. Let's take a look.
Malami sent people to me and our lawyer to come and be bailing him out of Kuje. He suddenly found out that we are the most credible people can do. I'm sure El-Rufai must have been looking for a way now to reach out, because all this shouting about bleeding of noses to get sympathy. I'm not saying that his nose is not bleeding, and I call on the government to stop his nosebleed. It must give him good doctors, or take him to Kaduna to go to the hospital he built to stop the bleeding. I don't know what his legal strategies are, but all we know is that he's being held by his friends in the APC. And this is the strategy they used to use on others. I'm surprised that his nose is bleeding at the ICPC. When did his nose start bleeding? When he was governor, was his nose bleeding? But I'm not making fun of him, because I don't support any form of impunity against anybody. But even while we are condemning impunity, we must also not let history evade us by reminding ourselves that these guys created the monsters that is now consuming them. The Frankenstein monster, my monster, was created by El-Rufai. There are videos of El-Rufai saying that Tinubu was the best person. We have videos of the two of them dancing together, videos of him saying that some of us are irrelevant.
We have videos of that happening. We saw videos of El-Rufai dancing with the president. I mean, Omoyele Sowore made so many valid points there in that video. But, you know, talking about the fact that El-Rufai is complaining about a nosebleed, when he said they should take him to the hospital he built in Kaduna, that actually cracked me up. But, you know, El-Rufai's arraignment has now been moved to April 23rd, with the prosecutor today saying that he was still in custody of the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission. Ayo, sorry, I'll come to you on this conversation. First, you know, I'd like for you to start with, you know, the federal government debunking the 2 billion naira allegation by the AFP. That report, we took it here yesterday on What's Trending. Now, the federal government is saying that no ransom was paid. And we saw El-Rufai's video there, you know, challenging the government, saying that he knows that, you know, they pay 1 billion. Maybe that's why he's in jail right now. Who knows? All of these allegations that have been bandied around. Your thoughts?
There are allegations or charges there have been allegations, and he's been brought in for questioning, so he might have questions to answer. But going back, and I made this point earlier, that Minister Mohammed Idris's statement and his rebuttal didn't have a lot of substance in it. He didn't answer the question that many people are asking, common sense. You know, if you're saying that you were able to get back or have over 200 students released, how? You're saying security operations, all these very vague words. How? It is, and I said, you know, what God cannot do does not exist, because it must be a miracle that we haven't seen arrests made of these terrorists. We haven't seen persecutions based on these arrests. All we see is just a joyful release, which we are happy about, we're very grateful for. But the reason why is that they are legitimizing crime when if they pay ransom to these terrorists. They are legitimizing crime and making an industry of it and encouraging more people to go into a life of criminality and not dissuading based on very, military efforts. With military efforts, they are not dissuading people from going into a life of criminality. And that's why we can say, OG, that we see it repeat itself again and again. Because when the money runs out, as it would, then they'll make more demands and more ransom will be paid. Right. Until the government is able to provide some kind of, plausible, credible or believable ways in which they're able to rescue these, students, these people who are abducted. Unfortunately, the AFP report sounds more detailed, gives more background, and El Rufai himself has come out to say that he knows, and if pushed, he would give evidence to the fact that they paid. He was once in government. Right. Now he's now, for whatever reason, he was, and if I go back to that comment you made, that sometimes you can be in opposition, sometimes you can be friends. The reverse can be the case. Sometimes you can be friends, and the other time you're in opposition. Now he's in opposition, all of a sudden he has a case to answer, and then he's being called in. What we've often called for is let due process be followed. Yes. Whatever the charge they brought against him, whatever investigation they are doing, let due process be followed. Right. Every Nigerian has their right protected by the Constitution, and this ought to be adhered to. But I agree totally with what Mr. Showore said, that they should be applied to all politicians. Yes. If he has a nosebleed, all sympathies to him, he needs to be managed properly, but let them take him to the state, to his state to get treatment. Right. And finally, on the point that some of these monsters that we see today are creations of these very people who are now speaking against the monsters as they've created, beings or situations that have now gone beyond their control. When it was convenient, some of these people, I'm not mentioning who, used these terrorist bandits as political tools. Right. Now they have grown hydra-headed and they're now complaining about it. Right. Some of these challenges are created by the politicians themselves.
I had a cocktail of stories. So, Dr. Abati, a quick comment. And then
I think Showore made very intelligent points about the ephemerality of power and the need to act with a lot of responsibility when you are in office, because your own omissions may consume you subsequently. And he made the point that, he does not support impunity. He balanced it out in a fair manner by saying, the rights of the accused person also deserve to be respected. However, he was a bit histrionic when he said former EGF Malami is approaching him, and that maybe El Rufai will also come to him to seek legal advice from him and his lawyers. That's just grandstanding. Yeah. But as to the more intelligent points that he made about impunity, about responsibility, I think those are important. Two, you talked about Waziri Adamawa Atiku Abubakar saying that, look, nothing must happen to the detained person, that's Malam Nasir El Rufai. He's also right in that regard. Namely, that if you accuse a person of any offense or any felony, it is the responsibility of the state to ensure that the welfare of that person, the well-being of that person is protected. Because it is only when somebody is alive that he can answer to charges. Yes. So, and anybody at all under the rule of law is considered innocent until proven guilty. Whatever anybody may say, he's still an innocent man. Three, the point made by the information minister, Alhaji Mohammed Idris. Now, the federal government has said it is not true. We do not pay ransom. It is the policy of the federal government of Nigeria that ransom will not be paid. Now there is an allegation from AFP, which the Nigerian government has denied. There is also an allegation relying on investigative journalism by Fisayo Shoyombo. Now, in this case, the best that we can say is that we now have two sides of the story. It will be unpatriotic to say, this person is right, this person is wrong. We say that the Nigerian state should investigate what exactly happened. Did anybody pay ransom without the knowledge and approval of the president? If it is one of these sycophantic persons who did so on his own and abused public policy, it is also important to investigate and to find that out and to ensure that such persons who violate public policy are call to order.
Right. Well,
accordingly.
For me, I'd like to ask about those unnamed sources in the AFP report. For me, that was the only,
that's why it should be investigated.
I would like to know those sources.
Journalism.
Because the AFP report was quite detailed, right? But we need
journalist is not obliged to give you his source.
No.
In Tunimomo versus federal government of Nigeria.
Okay, so
a journalist does not
I'm just saying my opinion. Can I?
Yes.
Is it okay to
I'm just telling you.
All right. What I want to know really are who those sources are. Who those people that told the AFP that, ransom was paid, because it was quite detailed about how the money was, transferred and where the guy went to Cameroon to, receive the funds in a helicopter and all that. But like I said, Nigerians are asking that question. If no ransom was paid, how were those victims released unharmed?
We are very hypocritical in this country. It's the height of delusion for you to think this government will be transparent with you as regards payment of ransom. Dr. Bati, that's why I was laughing when you were quoting the law. How many law do we respect, not payment of... How many do we respect in this country? How many laws do we respect? Let me use your word back to you, Dr. Bati. We are not moralizing here. We are not moralizing. How many laws does this government respect? Oji, the truth has been stated in that report. They should come out and debunk it. Or they cannot. They cannot.
All right.
The question I also want to ask them, let me even add to the reports by AFP. The question I want to ask them, who told the military troops to leave KB 30 minutes before the attack happened? They cannot answer those questions.
You ask that question every day. Yes, we always
AFP has come and shown them the lights. They will not be able to respond. If you are waiting for this government to tell you step by step how the government people release, you are joking.
All right. Okay. So we're still asking, if no ransom was paid, how were the victims released with no arrests? Well, let's take another story now, highlighting this now viral video showing the moment a foreign couple from England, Martha and Michelle, are stopped by the Nigerian police officer who threatens to arrest them. In the video, the officer stops the couple who say they are on a road trip from England and have just arrived in Nigeria from Benin Republic. The officer proceeds to question them on whether they have documents for the car before the conversation takes a dramatic turn as he goes on to ask about their marital status and even offers to buy them alcohol. Let's take a look.
I said, do you have paper for this right there? Yeah. Where's the paper? Show me. Who approved it?
The border yesterday in Nigeria.
When you arrived for this country?
Yesterday.
You arrived from Germany?
No. We've driven from England.
From here, which country are you going?
Cameroon.
You go by car?
Yeah.
And they've arrested you?
Right.
We don't practice this.
Yeah, but we're just temporarily, we only have 30 days. So the vehicle won't stay in Nigeria. We will drive to Cameroon.
Alcohol?
Alcohol. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
But what about you?
Yeah, but
I can buy for you.
Yeah.
Have alcohol here.
Oh, we need to get.
You like enjoyment too much. You like enjoyment.
Enjoyment.
You like enjoyment. Please, have baby for this man.
Maybe after this trip, yeah.
Have baby for him. This man is a very fine man. You have to, when you're going to, you pregnant her.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me?
I'll try my best.
Try your best to pregnant her.
Yeah.
Let her have baby for you.
Yeah.
I'll be very happy to see her pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Abati. I mean, I'm laughing because he says have baby for this woman. I don't know what a police officer is asking about marital status. I don't know if that's part of the code. I mean, I kind of know because my father was a policeman. Definitely not part of the questions that are supposed to be asked. But what is the... I'm
asking me about marital status.
Marital status. I don't know what that... But then alcohol. You said I can buy you alcohol. Well, what's all that about?
Now that we have a new Inspector General of Police, let me say that I think one of the first tasks that he should do is that these policemen on the road, they should be subjected to training and retraining. if they get a lot of retraining, it can help. At least this one, maybe this is one of the people who got eye treatment from Governor Sanwo-Olu. At least he could see the document, and he saw that the documents were authentic. So he didn't turn Nigeria into a begination. There was a story we took here about how Nigeria, with the policemen, have become a begination. Abegistan. Okay, Abegistan. That was the phrase that we used the other day. He didn't ask for money. No. And it was very humorous. I mean, he was a marriage counselor. Yeah. He was a family planning expert. He was an education counselor, asking about certificates and asking about everything. And at the end of the day, it turned out to be better than most policemen on the road.
Yeah.
It's better.
I was actually holding my breath for him not to ask for money.
In fact, he didn't ask for money. He was friendly in spite of his lack of professionalism. Yeah. He even offered to buy alcohol.
That's a problem.
He even offered to buy alcohol.
Because you can't drink and drive. I mean, that's a huge...
But that's his level of training. That's his level of training.
But a police officer does not know you should not drink and drive.
If they had agreed, he would have brought the alcohol. But those people politely declined. Yes. At the end of the day, he even offered family planning advice. Say, this woman, girlfriend, have baby for this man. Be pregnant. This is it. I'm sure those tourists, they must be amused. Right. He doesn't even know the meaning of tourism. No. He says that those people who come to Nigeria to catch animals.
Okay. You watch the entire clip. It's like, I advise our viewers to watch it.
So I just found the video very entertaining. It's better than other people.
All right, that is it. Nigeria, now cruise. Shall take our good news report now. Celebrating Dr. Fumilayo Olakpade and her daughter, Feyi Olakpade Ayodele, co-founders of Cancer IQ, a Chicago-based health tech company recently named one of Time Magazine's world's top health tech companies of 2025, revolutionizing cancer prevention across the United States. All right, the mother and daughter duo co-founded Cancer IQ in 2013 using cutting-edge artificial intelligence to predict cancer risk and boost early detection, saving thousands of lives. The platform is now deployed in over 300 clinic locations across more than 65 health systems nationwide. The idea for Cancer IQ originated during a 2012 mother-daughter climb of Mount Kilimanjaro, where Dr. Olakpade and Feyi discussed barriers to precision cancer prevention. The platform uses AI-driven tools to access cancer risk by incorporating family history, genetics, lifestyle factors, and breast density, then creates personalized care plans and automates screenings. The company raised $14 million in funding and continued to expand, democratizing access to life-saving screenings. What a phenomenal achievement for Nigerian excellence in global healthcare. Dr. Fumilayo Olakpade's vision has positioned Nigerian scientific innovation at the forefront of cancer prevention. Congratulations to Dr. Olakpade, Feyi Ayodele, and the entire Cancer IQ team for this remarkable contribution to humanity. I mean, Nigerian excellence to the world. This is such an amazing, amazing feat. I mean, I hugely congratulate the mother and daughter duo. And again, Dr. Agbati, I'm coming to you for this final story, highlighting this video of an unidentified female mayor in Cameroon, which has sparked widespread public debate on social media after she was filmed saying that men should protect their phones with passwords, but women should not. Let's take a look.
And that's why we are advising men, put passwords on your phones. Why we say men should put passwords on their phones is because they are protecting the marriage. Women, no passwords. Because what are you hiding? The man has the right to hide something from the wife.
All right, Dr. Abati. I'm going to ask everybody quickly. Is a second. Do you have a password? Do you have a password? Do you have a password on your phone? I'm asking you because...
Well, just say what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yes.
You can't say that the man should have password, the woman should not have password. The important thing is for partners to respect each other's privacy.
Yes.
Because even in a relationship, there should be some private zones, that you don't cross. But the basic thing is about mutual understanding and respect.
All right, do you have a password?
All access.
Do you have a password?
No zone.
All access. Okay, I forgot. Sorry.
No private zone. All in.
On that note, I'd love to thank you for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending.
If I cannot comment on that, because this is...
Let me quickly take you through some of the other reactions from Nigerians. Peter Obi's life is really in danger, guys. That they've already positioned their men. We have positioned our men to attack Peter Obi in Rivers, guys. This is it. Hey, impunity has been institutionalized. There is a pervasive nothing. There is a pervasive nothing will happen mentality. The Oga who said he will not allow any candidate other than the ruling party candidate to win a jurisdiction he supervises on behalf of Nigerians was congratulated by the president. Something will definitely give sooner rather than later. I mean, you see, we all saw what happened in Abuja. Tinubu opened his mouth to congratulate Wike and the rest of them for such rigging, broad daylight stealing. God, I don't know how APC came into Nigeria, honestly. He even had mind to utter this in the public. The anyhowness in this country is too much. Peter Obi takes things too calming. He is acting so nonchalantly, and this other person say, wow, some people deserve street justice, not court. Ajay, imagine this fool come online, they run rubbish after any attack to kill an innocent aspirant. God, they see Sha. Guys, this is unbelievable what's happening. Una don't go create handle to push propaganda again. Una do. This is not the way to do politics. Politics shouldn't be a matter of life and death. Politics and state security needs to get involved and arrest this person. Okay, police and state security, the DSS, need to be involved to arrest this person and to be used as an example to discourage others with such mindset, guys. DSS won't see anything wrong in this tweet because their Messiah wasn't mentioned. And this person here say, Ben Hundein, good morning, Oga. Your attention is needed. And this person here say, his APC members, DSS, Nigerian Police, EFCC, and the Defense Headquarters won't see it because of his political party, guys. And this person here say, Rufai, a state chairman of the ruling party, blow off his affiliation with a secret cult. Shows off his affiliation with a secret cult. Our country has been taken off by criminal. Hey, Jesus. Talks makes the rule now. That guy won't be interrogated and nothing will happen after all. He just re-echoed the remark of the governor. Will they ever arrest someone that say that someone that's saying the mind of a drug forger, an unfortunate cronies? This is the order of the day under useless, hopeless, and terrible government of drug forger, and no one. So guys, it's really so pathetic, the reactions here. Rufai, don't give heed that son of a militant who is so frustrated as a result of the innocent souls his father killed during the Niger Delta oil struggle. He is a wanted criminal hiding behind the curtain. I heard how you were warning governor of Edo State, Walai Rufai. I don't know. This person wrote in Yoruba. I can't read it out. Now, how Edo State ADC crisis began? Okay, this person actually posted a video here. See gods. Government must arrest this bastard. He's learning from the ADC chairman of Edo State. is it ADC chairman or APC chairman? APC state chairman earlier stated when PO was denied entry into Edo State was more dangerous than this, but nobody cares, guys. Hey, God, what is happening? Tinubu, APC, no, they don't mean well for Nigeria.